Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about the books that I want to read for the month of July. So for this month's TBR, I really am going to keep it short and sweet because there's some books in my June TBR that I did not get to read. I really just want to try to read them this month. So this list is going to be nice, short, and sweet. And I'm also going to add a couple more books in there just in case my mood changes throughout the month. For the month of July, I have a total of 7 books that I want to read. Yes, I know that is very ambitious once again, but again, my mood changes all the time, so I just thought I would have a little bit more variety for myself. Some of these titles I'm not going to go over in great detail because again, these are some of the books that I wanted to read in the month of June that I didn't get to that I now want to read in the month of July. The first 2 books I want to talk about, and it's not going to be a surprise to any of you guys if you've been watching my videos recently, and that's going to be the rest of the Alcatar series. I want to finish the series, obviously. I'm currently right now reading the 3rd book in the series. I'm going to follow it with A Court of Frost and Starlight and A Court of Silver Flames. Now, I did decide to do a reading vlog for each book individually. I'm currently working on the 3rd book right now, so stay tuned for that vlog. I'm going to say that my vlogs are spoiler free. But if you want me to read any of these books and do a reading vlog providing spoilers, let me know. I will do that for you. The next book I want to read is the book that I didn't get to read that my husband picked out last month, which is Icebreaker. I don't know why I haven't been in the mood to read this. I'm also not like a big sports romance girly, so maybe that's the case. Like I really don't, no offense to any like people that love hockey. It's nothing against hockey for me. I just don't really care to read about it. When books have too much sport themes in it, I kind of don't want to read about it. I don't know. I could be wrong. Again, I haven't really read a sports romance, so I can't really say I don't enjoy them. I'm just a little hesitant to pick them up. But my husband picked this one out, so I do owe it to him to read it at some point this year. And I'd rather just read it this month, honestly, because I've heard nothing but great things and I've heard that it's super steamy. And if you didn't know, this is a hockey romance and the girl is actually the grumpy one and the guy is the walking sunshine. So I'm excited to read it. Next book on my list is, of course, The Last Word by Taylor Adams. This book has been just staring at me constantly as it's sitting in my TBR cart. It just looks at me. I feel so guilty because I know I'm gonna have a good time reading this book, but for some reason I just haven't picked it up because I've been in this Alcatar kick right now and I'm just indulging myself in Alcatar right now. I haven't had a chance to read anything else. I don't regret it. I just need to get to this book sooner than later. The next book on the list is Mastering the Art of French Murder, an American in Paris Mystery by Colleen Cambridge. Now this book is a special edition from one of my Once Upon Book Club boxes. I'm super excited to read it because it's a whodunit and it sounds fun. It sounds like a cozy mystery, and I've heard that it has a lot of food descriptions in it. So I'm super excited to read it. Not also that, let's just take a moment to appreciate this special edition of this book. I mean, look how beautiful the cover is. It's stunning to me. Not only that, the best part is this right here. Look at the detailing of that. My daughter was absolutely obsessed when she saw this book. It's also short and sweet, so I know I could get through it really quickly. It's only 262 pages, and it says, as Paris rediscovers its joie de vivre, I can't even say this. I don't even know how to say. Tabitha Knight recently arrived from Detroit for an extended stay with her French grandfather is on her own journey of discovery. Paris isn't just a city of light. It's the city of history, romance, architecture, and food. Thanks to her neighbor and friend Julia Child, another expat who's fallen head over heels for Paris, Tabitha is learning how to cook for her grand-père and Uncle Rafi. Between tutoring Americans in French, visiting the market, and eagerly sampling the results of Julia's studies at Le Cordon Bleu cooking school, Tabitha's sojourn is proven thoroughly delightful. That is, until the cold December day they return to Julia's building and learn that a body has been found in the cellar. Tabitha recognizes the victim as a woman she'd met only the night before at a party given by Julia's sister Dorp. The murder weapon found nearby is recognizable too, a knife from Julia's kitchen. Tabitha is eager to help the investigation but is shocked when Inspector Marville reveals that a note in Tabitha's handwriting was found in the dead woman's pocket. Is this murder a case of international intrigue or something far more personal? So it's based off of Julia Child. It sounds like a cozy mystery, a whodunit. It has a lot of cooking elements, food elements, descriptive and detailed food and cooking elements. I'm excited. I'm excited to read it. And the last book on the list is also another one from Once Upon a Book Club, and that is Famous for Living by Melissa Ferguson. Now, I've never seen or heard of this book. It's based off an influencer, so that's a little interesting. And it says, she's insta-famous, he uses a flip phone. It sounds like he lives in the country, he's old-fashioned, he doesn't like social media, and social media is her job and her life. And so I could see the difference between them kind of being attracted to one another. When her business partner is accused of serious financial crimes, superstar influencer Kat Cranwell, an engineered marvel of beauty, energy, and fun, falls from her penthouse perch. Desperate to get away from the online trolls and paparazzi documenting her disgrace, Kat accepts her uncle's offer to work with him in Canary National Park, Montana, about as far as possible from life as she's known it. Kat's world shifts from the swirling haze of likes and comments to literal blizzards of frostbite temperatures and waist-deep snow. In place of negotiating brand deals, she finds herself negotiating at the ledge of a frozen lake with her die-hard polar bear plunge coworkers. Instead of paddling through the marble kitchen of her Manhattan loft, she's sharing a tent-sized cabin with a roommate eager to bond like characters in sitcoms. But something curious is also happening in this overwhelming breath of fresh air as she reacquaints with the most honest parts of herself and begins to ask the hard questions. Can Kat love herself with and without the world watching? Then there's that other tiny problem. She's fallen for Zaya, the ruggedly handsome park ranger, and he hates anything remotely connected to social media, quite possibly her included. This sounds like a story of love, romance, friendship, small town, grumpy, sunshine maybe. She's also an influencer, which is very interesting, and it's also short and sweet. So I'm excited about that. It says, with the best-selling author Melissa Ferguson's signature wit and charm, this laugh-out-loud romantic comedy of opposites attract is full of hilarious romp and a romance that will melt readers' hearts. It looks like it has like social media stories, Instagram stories. Look at that. That's so cute. I'm sure it has text messages and stuff like that. I like that about a book. Obviously, it's from Once Upon a Book Club, so it's going to have cute little gifts to go with it, so I'm excited. There's one more book that I actually do want to try to get to this month, and it's just full of smuttiness. It is on my Kindle, and that's called Minx by Sophie Lark. I believe this one's about a millionaire man and an escort, and she's also a millionaire as well. He wants her to be his only escort, and so I've heard this is very smutty. There's a few kinks in there, and I'm excited to read it because sometimes I am in the mood to read something spicy and smutty like that. I've heard really great things about this book. It'll be my first Sophie Lark book, so I'm excited. James Howell is a self-made man. He's proven he can get what he wants, and from the moment Blake catches his eye, she becomes his top priority. Blake wonders what took Ramses so long. She knew who he was years ago. They strike a deal to play a very specific game. Ramses created the game for Blake. Blake adds rule that Ramses has intention of following. As fantasy evades reality, the arrangement consumes them both. Blake and Ramses cross lines they swore they never would, and each begins to question what they thought they always wanted. I'm very excited. This sounds very smutty, angsty. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of sexual tension, and I love reading about that stuff. It is described as fiction, contemporary romance, dark, emotional, tense, slow paced, and it's only 333 pages, and I will be reading that on my Kindle. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you on my next one. Bye!